I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. I was like, you need to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates, and she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day, 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired a little over a year ago, I set forth as like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Please welcome our very own Director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jack Jacksonek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things back in the day. He's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going no matter how hard it gets. no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back to Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. You are watching the 358 Modifieds out on the track. This is week 3. We're getting ready to call the drivers off the track, get into a drivers meeting here. As always here at Got Your Six Racing Network, we are racing for awareness of veterans issues. 22 veterans a day take their own lives, just 22 too many. Throughout the night, we will play promos from organizations out there doing great things for veterans. If you have the means to donate, we encourage you to do so. If not, you know a veteran out there, thank them for all that they did for our country. Thank you all for tuning in. We're about to get underway. All cars, clear the track. All cars, clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to week 3 here at Williams Grove. 358 Modifieds brought to you by A&J Landscaping. We'll go over the rules real quick. If you finish on a podium, you do not get a photo or your interview in Discord. You will get an EOL next week. We do not have live admin tonight. So how this is going to play out, those of you that are familiar with Coast to Coast Racing League, or even our league when we first started out, everything will be by protest. So I'm not going to track down and give EOLs throughout the night. You're going to have to go to our Discord. There's a folder called Protest. If you think somebody did you wrong, please fill out that form and send it in, and we will review those incidents throughout the night, and the EOLs will be issued for next week during the races. Clayton could not make it. He had military duty this weekend, so we're kind of on our own. That is very important also when it comes to call-outs. If somebody did you wrong, we're going to ask you, especially tonight, to keep call-outs to a minimum. I don't want to hear a lot of chatter on Racecom. If somebody did you wrong, just please fill out the protest form. Intentional contact will never be tolerated. If you are caught with intentional contact, you will be suspended. The length of the suspension is dependent upon the severity of the intentional contact. Wall riding will not be allowed. Blinking, first time warning, second time EOL, third time you will be asked to park it for the night. Incidents do count against your overall points. We had a driver actually in the field tonight that lost a position in the Dash for Cash just for incident points alone. So keep your incidents to a minimum. Keep in mind, once the caution comes out, the field is frozen. Last week we did a little bit better. Once the caution comes out, get off the throttle. Don't ruin your car or somebody else's. You're not going to improve your position. So once the caution comes out, we ask you to get off the throttle and slow down and not try to gain any positions. We do play the incidents, the yellow flags, on the broadcast live, so I'll try to keep with the 2 cautions. If you bring them out, you will get an EOL. We're going to be less lenient on clearing black flags tonight. We're not going to be giving waiver rounds. Anything that I have to exit the broadcast screen to do any admin, We're not going to be doing any of that. So it's all protest tonight. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All right, drivers, none heard. We're getting ready to go to qualifying. Wish you the best of luck. So there was the drivers' meeting you heard tonight. We're a little short-handed. My sidekick that usually joins me in the booth is not here this week. He did have military duty. Tonight, we got a new voice in the booth tonight. My great friend Brian Dickens, driver of the 122, is with us tonight. He's going to ride along with us. We'll talk to Brian throughout the night. Brian, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Joe. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, man. Just noticed my voice isn't coming over Discord, so let me check that out real quick. Voice. See if that's any better, and it's not. So maybe people won't hear me on Discord tonight. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out as we go along. We are deep into qualifying. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Isaac Salas at the top of the board in the 5 car. Isaac Salas putting down a 2092. Cale Smith in the 115. He's up to P2 as he wraps up. Clay Christopherson is with us in the 51. He's 7th quick. Jake Henry in the 171, wrapping up 12th quick. Michael Carter in the 15, currently 2nd in the points, is out on track. See how Michael does here. Fourth quick on his first lap for Michael. Michael will wrap it up 4th quick, so not where he wanted to be. James Ingram still out on track in the 40 machine. James Ingram on his first lap, 23rd quick. We do have 26, 25 drivers in the field. Luke Hines out on track in the 17 machine. Luke is currently 24th quick. It's into the wall on the outside. He will wrap it up 24th quick. So, Brian, welcome to the show. What are you looking for tonight? Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Isaac Salas, Michael Carter on the front row. Dean Reynolds, Justin Sick in row 2. Chris Cox, Donald Ingram in 3. Michael Vitale, Grant Wesley in 4. Brandon Templeton rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 1. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Somebody is going home tonight. We will send 1 driver home, so we should have a B main. Top 4 heading straight to the show. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. As we're getting ready to go green, see if Brian can hear me now. Brian, what are we looking for tonight here at Williams Grove?
We're looking for right now. Everything's going to be super fast on the bottom. A few guys may be able to move up to right out of that grooves, but I'm thinking it's going to be pretty hard to pass Isaac on this first heat race.
Yeah, that 5 car starting on the front row. He's got the 15 to his outside. Michael Carter has been getting it done this year. He's currently, let's see where Carter is, second in the points. It is still early, but as Brian said, that middle will probably be the place to be. Our teammate is out there. That is the 31 car, Brandon Templeton, at the tail end of the field. Watch Dean Reynolds in the 79 car. He's on the inside of row number 2. Pace truck will exit this time by. We're getting ready to go 8 laps in heat number 1 to get the night kicked off. The 5 car of Isaac Salas will take us to the green flag as they're coming out of turn 4, making that long, slow crawl towards the flag stand. Green flag is out. We are underway for heat number 1. Salas with a slight advantage at the line. Salas will dive down low. Will he slide to the outside and get in front of the 15? Yes, he will. Great run off of 2. Salas got a great run on the bottom side, as Brian alluded to earlier. That bottom side is the place to be early. Now Dean Reynolds is going to battle it out with the 15. Chris Cox thought about taking it 3 wide. Chris Cox is currently in the 515. He's in the 4th and final transfer position. The 5 car of Isaac Salas is running away with it here early.
Got to watch Brandon coming back through the pack. He's already passed a couple. He's looking pretty good, coming right down, nailed on the bottom.
That is the 31 car. The driver out of Corning, Iowa, Brandon Templeton, has moved up a couple here. He can drive just about anything that he gets in. On lap, coming to lap 4 of 8. Salas, Carter, Reynolds, Cox, your top 4. The 10 car gets a little bit wide. That's Donald Ingram. That may open the door for Evansville, Indiana driver in that 88 machine of Grant Wesley. He is also your current points leader. Isaac Salas, still the quickest car last time by. Still working that bottom side. You can see the entry to 1 starting to get a little bit slick. Let's go on board with Isaac Salas as he navigates. Still hugging that bottom side. Big, long straightaways, narrow corners leads to some exciting racing. Michael Carter under attack from Dean Reynolds in the 79. Dean Reynolds wants P2. Chris Cox still in the 4th and final transfer position. Donald Ingram, the first car on the outside looking in, as the 31 of Brandon Templeton takes a peek on the inside of the 88. Templeton will keep it up high. Nobody has anything for Isaac Salas on lap 7 of 8. We are coming to 1 to go. Salas, Carter, Reynolds, Cox, your top 4. Can Donald Ingram get up there and rattle the 515? Behind him, the 88. The 10 car pulls up to the left rear of the 515. Isaac Salas coming off of turn 4. Carter, Reynolds, Cox. That is how they will finish. Good way to start the night, Brian.
Yes, it was. And I'm afraid that they're going to be trying to battle with that 5 car all night.
Yeah, man. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Caden Berry, Samuel Bachman on the front row. Joseph Grandy, Jeffrey Kemper in row number 2. Jake Henry's on the inside of Anthony Marfulio in row number 3. Randall Dixon, James Ingram in row number 4. And Brian Dickens is up here with me. Are you in the race?
In the race. You need to take me out or
Nope.
tell me how.
No, you're good. I can do that. So we got the New Hampshire driver in the 12 car on the front row. He's got the 007 of Samuel Bachman. Bachman has really come around the last few weeks. He's been really improving in that James Bond 007 machine.
I want to say look out for Grandy on this one. He's in a good starting position.
That is the 518 of Joseph Grandy. The driver out of New York will start on the inside of row number 2. The youngster Caden Berry will take us to the green flag in that 12-car. Driver out of New Hampshire. You can see the Caden Berry fan club is out there strong tonight. Welcome, Nick Berry and Rhonda. Thank you very much for tuning in as you do every week. Greatly appreciate it and look forward to your visit. Samuel Bachman on the outside in the double. We have one to go. Next time by, Brian, the track's starting to wear like normal. Entry into 1 at the bottom, I think, last time I saw, and it's a little bit higher up in entering into turn 3.
Yeah, it's going to make it a little bit more challenging. Going to get a little bit more racier. If somebody can get some good drives off of the bottom of the turns, they'll definitely be up there. But make it a little bit more challenging than that first heat race. It is wearing in very nicely.
Caden Berry will, the pace truck will exit this time by. Caden Berry will take us to the green flag. This initial start is on green. We do have a full field, as you heard. 1 car will head home tonight. Green flag is out. We're underway. It's the 12 car of Caden Berry with a decent start here. 007 is going to try to get down the 518 of Joseph Grandy. That driver out of New York, the 518, knows how to wheel a modified around. Jeffrey Kemper in the 181, the driver out of Oregon. He is in the 4th and final transfer position. Jake Henry in the 171 is trying to get up there and battle for it. As Anthony Marfulio, also from New Hampshire, is trying to get up through the field. Up front, Berry leading the way. Samuel Bachman in P2. Joseph Grandy all over the rear bumper already. Let's go on board with the 518 as he is working over Bachman in that 007 on lap 3 of 8. You can see Grandy working right above the slick. Slides down, gets a good run off of 2. Bachman stays low. Good driving by both drivers. We're going to go side by side at the exit of 4. Bachman able to hold on to it as Caden Berry is running away with this one. Slide job from Bachman. Crossover from the 518 of Joseph Grandy. Put Grandy up to P2. Samuel Bachman falls back. Now Jeffrey Kemper in the 181 is looking at P3. 238 car of Anthony Marfulio. He wants that 4th and final transfer position. He's trying to reel in the leaders. We are on lap 5 of 8.
You got Berry looking good on that bottom right now, but Joseph Grandy is looking pretty good on that top. He might be running them down a little bit.
Last time by, let's take a look. Berry was a 2.6 and Grandy was a 2.9. Now I'm seeing a 3.0 by Berry and a 2.9 by Grandy. So Berry's still getting it done on that bottom side, Brian, but you're not going to be able to run that bottom all night. Maybe Grandy is setting up for later on in the night by running that higher line.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be on a high line for a while. It's going to be a slider line at one point. There's no telling where we'll be by end of feature.
Samuel Bachman in P3 in the 007, followed by Jeffrey Kemper in that 181. Anthony Marfulio, he was a little bit slower than your top 4 last time by. Let's take a look at the line this time by. A little bit slower. Caden Berry has heat number 2 well in hand as the 12 car 2 more corners to navigate. Coming off at turn 4, Barry with Joseph Grandy behind him. It will be another win for Barry. Joseph Grandy, Bachman, Kemper, your top 4, heading straight to the feature. Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. Cale Smith, Jordan LaFawn on the front row. Clay Christopherson, Billy Roberts in row 2. Jason Hines, Randy Shreves in 3. Matthew Seymour and Luke Hines rounds out your field of 8 drivers. All right, drivers, welcome to heat number 3. Leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Please, everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Top 4 heading directly to the feature. Got 8 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck.
Got a really strong front row for
I
this
was
one.
just going to say the same thing. That front row is pretty stout. And Christopherson and Roberts in row 2. So this is a pretty packed. Randy Shreves is back there. This is a pretty packed heat right here.
Yeah, I agree. This is a pretty tough one.
At 115 of Cale Smith will bring us to the green flag next time by.
We'll see if Cale gets a good start and is able to get up to the top. I think he's going to want to go to the top, but we'll see what happens.
With that 11 car on his outside, that's Jordan LaFawn. He's quick. He may be able, if he's going to get in front of that 11 car, he's going to have to go.
Absolutely.
And he's got the 51 car behind him. That's Clay Christopherson. So kind of interested to see what happens here at the front. As the pace truck exits, the 115 of Cale Smith will take us to the green flag. Green flag is out. We're underway. It's the 115 of Cale Smith with the advantage at the line if he's going to slide up. Jordan LaFawn has it covered. Cale Smith able to get to that top line. Now Clay Christopherson. He's trying to get underneath the 99. Beating and banging going on. Billy Roberts in the 4th and final transfer position.
Boys are racing hard, but they're keeping it straight. It's good racing.
Cale Smith with the lead. Jordan LaFawn in P2. Looks like Jason Haynes went around. No caution came out last time by. Clay Christopherson, Billy Roberts, 56 of Randy Shreves is entering the party here. Pulling up on the rear bumper of that 99, Matthew Seymour, Luke Hines battling it out for P6 and 7. And a driver out of Canada, that is Jason Hines, who went around on lap number 1. Up front, Cale Smith getting it done. Jordan LaFawn not letting that 115 far from his front bumper. LaFawn thought about a slide job there. That was covered by the 115. Jordan LaFawn, Cale Smith pulling away from 3rd place. That is the 51 car of Christopherson. Billy Roberts and Randy Shreves in the 56 go on board with Randy as he tries to reel in that 99. As you can see, LaFawn up there on the inside of the 115 once again.
Clay Christopherson is making some ground on the bottom, but this time he went to the top. I'm kind of surprised.
Jordan LaFawn coming off at turn 4 on the bottom side. Can't quite get it done. 115 runs the slider line. Will that hold him up? They're going to be side by side. Good run off the bottom side by the 11. I think LaFawn set up the 115. The 115 went for the slider line that time. Jordan LaFawn kept it down low, side by side at the line on lap 7 of 8. LaFawn on the bottom side. Cale Smith on the high side.
Trying to keep this momentum on the way in. Let's see what they got.
Here coming to one to go. Clay Christopherson now on the bottom, looking underneath that 11 car. One to go, 115. Cale Smith in the lead. Second place, the 11 car of Jordan LaFawn. LaFawn is going to go down low. Can he get a good run off the bottom? Can't make the pass that time by. Cale Smith, one more corner to navigate. LaFawn loses a little bit of momentum. It will be Cale Smith, Jordan LaFawn, Christopherson, and Billy Roberts, your top four.
Great racing, boys.
Yeah, another good heat race there. You must be good luck. Now you're stuck in the booth forever.
Know about all that now.
B main to the grid. B main to the grid, please. Donald Ingram, Anthony Marvulio in row number 1. Randy Shrees, Grant Wesley in 2. Dixon Seymour in 3. Brandon Templeton, Jake Henry in row number 4. Luke Hines, James, and Michael Vitale, my apologies, in row number 5. James Ingram, Jason Haynes in row number 6. Justin Sick, Brian Dickens is up here with me. All right, fellas, welcome to the B main leader. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Everyone heading to the feature. So you are racing for your starting position in the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck.
It's really amazing to see how many great drivers it is in this B main. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, you were here since day one, man, and I didn't even know if we were going to be able to get this to even work. And the quality of the drivers that has picked up in the last 6 months, couple seasons, has been absolutely amazing.
%.
Yeah, I just removed Brian Dickens. He's up here in the booth with me. It will be Donald Ingram in the 10 car that takes the green flag. Again, you heard we got 10 laps. A lot more cars on the track this time, Brian. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we have a clean race here.
Yeah, I think these guys will do all right. I think the track state and everything, they'll be able to hold it out all right. Plus, too, they got to remember, they're going to the show.
Yes, they are. However, sometimes people don't think about that. We are about to see, as drivers will be drivers, as the 10 car of Donald Ingram with Anthony Marvulio to his outside will take us to the green flag. Our teammate's going to roll off on the inside of row number 4. And the 213 of Michael Vitale is in the field. As always, like to thank Michael for his service to our country in the United States Air Force. The pace truck is off. Michael, thank you as always, my brother. Green flag is out. We are underway. 10 laps in the B main. Drivers racing for their starting positions in the feature. The 10 car able to get on the outside. Randy Shreves, he goes down low. He gets on the inside of that 238 of Anthony Marvulio. He's going to keep it down low, running right through the slick. Now Brandon Templeton is the only car on that bottom side.
Yeah, Templeton's making some ground on the bottom. He's looking good there.
We do have a crash. Had a crash on the back there through the yellow flag here on lap 3 of 10. Let's take a look. Tonight's replays brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. As always, like to thank those folks for their support. Looks like Jason Hines, Justin Sick, James Ingram, and that's it. We're involved. Let's take a look Coming into turn number 1. You got the 17 down low, the 15, and the 66. Vitaly gets a little bit loose. Everyone checks up except for Hines, Thick, and Ingram. Those 3. Jason Hines, that is caution number 1, sir. Trying to do my best tonight, Brian, to keep up. These guys get 2 caution flags, and they are done for the night.
Yeah, it can be a tough job, Joe. Trying to do the announcing and all this.
We
Much
can do
appreciation.
that. Well, you're very welcome. 10 car up, Donald Ingram will take us to the green flag once again. If not, we will give the 1 to go this time by. Haven't done this in a minute. We're trying to figure it out. There we go. As we will get the 1 to go. Brian, the track still looks pretty good. I imagine by the end of the feature, we'll have the top will become hot, and then that bottom will open up again later in the race. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I imagine the bottom is going to probably become dominant, probably the last 10 laps, because that high side is really going to be out there. So you're going to have to take a long way around.
And these cars with this low of horsepower, sometimes the short way around is the quickest in these things. They don't get wound up too much. Pace truck should exit this time by. Getting ready to go back green. Donald Ingram, Marjulio, Shreves, Wesley, Templeton up to P5, Dixon P6, Seymour, Henry, Vitaly, Haynes. Your top 10. Pace truck is off. This restart will be on the leader. Good restart. Ingram able to get to that outside in front of Marjulio. Oh, somebody into the wall hard. And he went straight to the pits. Donald Ingram able to hold off on lap 4 of 10. Ingram, now Marjulio in P2. Grant Wesley in the 88. The 88 is coming on that on the high side. Randy Shreves in the 56. Kind of run a little bit of a slider line there. Templeton keeps it down low.
I think if Templeton keeps it down low, he'll probably make up some spots if he can keep some speed up down there, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, Marjulio in front of him in that 238 is running the bottom side. That 238 runs the bottom side more times than not. He's making it work. He gets a good exit off of 2. Not able to close in on the 10 car. That is the right front of Anthony Marjulio. You see your leader right in front of him as Marjulio dives it down low. Working the throttle.
I believe he might have something for him on that bottom, especially coming out of 2.
He pulls right up to the rear bumper. Brian on lap 8 of 10. How hard will he push, knowing that he's already in the show?
He's going to push it hard. He's going for it.
Marjulio drives a midget car on the East Coast in real life. Like to follow him. Oh, he pulls up side by side. Will he get a good exit off of 3? Yes, he will. They're going to be side by side at the line. Marjulio, as Brian said, gets that bottom to look. He went in real shallow that time by. They will stay side by side.
Yeah, if he makes a good corner out of 4, he'll have it.
Marjulio on the bottom. Ingram on the top. New Hampshire doing battle with Georgia. It will be Donald Ingram at the line. Better entry by the 238 this time by. Ingram able to clear. Last lap, will we see the 238 make a move here? He is down low, coming out of turn 4. It's going to be a drag race. Ingram, Marjulio, Wesley, Shreves, Templeton, your top 5.
Yeah, I think Ingram really picked it up. He really started hitting his marks there.
Maybe just seeing the front. Seeing the front of that other car. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 minutes or 3 minutes of warm up. We'll be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
The goal at any given race is, of course,
Welcome back. Getting ready for our 25-lap feature. Let's get the cars on the grid. Feature time. Drivers to the grid. Isaac Salas, Caden Berry on the front row. Smith Carter, row 2. Grandy LaFawn, 3. Dean Reynolds, Samuel Bachman in row number 4. Clay Christopherson, Chris Cox in row number 5. Kemper Roberts in 6. Donald Ingram, Anthony Marfulio in 7. Grant Wesley Shreves in row number 8. Brandon Templeton, Randall Dixon in 9. Vitaly Hines in 10. Seymour Sick in 11. Hines and Ingram, Luke Hines, are in row number 12. All right, drivers, welcome to the feature. Got 25 laps to get it done. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 25 laps to get it done, so you have some time. Be patient. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck.
Who you got, Joe?
Yeah. That 5 car is so stout. It's hard to bet against, but both the 5 and the 12 ran away from the field on their perspective. I got to go with Isaac. I got to.
Yeah, it's hard not to go with Isaac in the 358 modified. I mean, he's really good in everything he runs, but the 358 modified, in my opinion, is his car. but you got a lot of heat behind him. So I don't know. It'd be hard to say. I mean,
The
I
88
definitely
car is your points leader. Where does Grant Wesley roll off? Back in 15th.
oh man. He's got his hands full.
Oh boy.
I gotta go with Carter if you're going with Salas.
15 car starting on the outside of row number 2. That is Michael Carter. So we will see how this plays out. Isaac Salas will bring us to the green flag. They are coming off of 4. Field is looking good, getting ready to go green. Green flag is out. We are underway. CTM drivers on the second row. That is Cale Smith and Michael Carter. Salas on the bottom side. Got a great run off of 2, Brian.
Absolutely. And you got Carter. He's way up there trying to get a handle on it. He's looking good on the top now, though. So here he comes.
Salas with Caden Berry in tow. Michael Carter, as you heard in that 15 car, he's running the high side. Looks like we got contact back there. Couldn't see who it was. Somebody with Jeffrey Kemper. Caden Berry now closes back in on the 5 car. Berry to the rear bumper of the 5. Let's go on board.
Yeah, you got both of us.
Yikes.
Taking it tight.
That was close. That onboard
right
camera was super close.
While they're sitting there playing around, here comes Carter and Cale on the top.
Yeah, Carter is so patient. He will work that top side.
And you
Caution's out, back it down. Caution's out, back it down. Pace truck is behind you, leader. Let's see what happened here. It looks like maybe Randall Dixon involved. Let's take a look. See if we can. The 111 with Michael Vitale. They make contact. Vitale comes up into the 111. But it sounds like, yeah, that's Brandon Templeton. Let's see if we can't go on board with Brandon Templeton here. He's got Randy Shreves behind him in the 56. Shreves gets in the back of the 31. Templeton able to hold on to it. The 10 car finishes the job. Into the inside fence for the 31 car. All right, leader, as you know, this restart is on you, sir. I'm going to give the one to go this time. Bye. Let's tighten it up. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. 1 to go. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. I had no idea what I just said. Something, though. So, Caden Berry and Isaac Salas work that bottom side. I'm almost to perfection. Salas loves the outside, Brian. I'm wondering how long he will mess around on that inside before he goes up high. He actually told me one time that he does not like the bottom, not even a little bit, but maybe he's getting better at it.
No, you're definitely calling that straight. He is definitely the high side guy. I'm thinking on this next restart he might float up.
Gibbs on the inside of row number 2. That's the 15 of Michael Carter. That's your pick. Michael Carter might be forced to go down low and see if he can't make it work. Oh, they go in hot. Make contact. Carter and Caden Berry. They both drive away. It is Michael Carter on the bottom side in P3. Now he slides up in front of LaFawn and behind his teammate. Meanwhile, the 5 car of Isaac Salas, he's getting a little bit of gap between himself and Cale Smith. Contact is made. We're going to go 3 wide. That does not work here.
Ooh.
Carter and LaFawn. We're going to have to take a look at that as soon as I find those guys. See if I can find Carter or LaFawn here. Take a quick look at what happened. All right. You got Carter and LaFawn side by side running for P3 here. Caden Berry, you see the 12 car go underneath here. Oh, LaFawn went down low, tried to slide up, kind of a late slider line. The 15 car makes contact. LaFawn able to drive away. Then we went 3 wide. Boy, it was a mess in the back of that pack.
Domino effect.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Isaac Salas still at the front of the field with Cale Smith.
So we did see Salas go to the top.
He did indeed go to the top.
Yep, I was very much expecting that, and it went through. Now he's got Cale on his rear, and he's got some heat there.
All right, fellas, 1 to go. Salas, Smith, Carter, LaFawn, Berry. So some of your heavy hitters still in the field. We will double it up one more time. After this, we go single file for the rest of the race. We got the 5 car trapped down low. Will he be able to clear Cale Smith? I think with the restart on him, Brian, he will get that jump he needs to kind of pick his lane at the exit of 2.
Yep, he's probably gonna stay to the bottom in 1 and 2, and he'll probably drift up to the top in 3 and 4.
Your leader is off. Isaac Salas gets on that outside in front of Cale Smith. Jordan LaFawn. Salas dives it down low. Will he? Salas went down low. He's going to lose the lead. Cale Smith to his outside. Salas. Yikes. Cale Smith now on the outside. Jordan LaFawn on the bottom. This time by the 5 is on the high side, as is that 11. Now Clay Christopherson in the 51 and the 12 of Caden Berry are on that bottom side.
Yeah, Berry's looking good on the bottom.
He is trying to get the 51, stays up high this time, gives the lane to the 12 car. Isaac Salas now finds his comfort on that high side. Jordan LaFawn in P2, Cale Smith, Christopherson, and Berry. Those two are going to battle it out with Michael Carter right behind Clay Christopherson on that high side.
Yeah, you got Salas. He's setting sail up there on that high side where he loves.
Salas ran a 67 to LaFawn's 73 to an 83 last time by. Isaac Salas now opening up a lead. Cut down line. He's not running the top. He's entering high and exiting low. Let me get out my notebook here and keep track for later. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car in a comfortable second. Cale Smith in third. 51 car of Christopherson's in fourth. Caden Berry. Looks like the 15 car just let the youngster know that he's right behind him. And the 518 of Joseph Grandy. So Grandy's in the fight. Carter makes contact with the 12 once again. Carter's going to push Caden Berry up high. Both of these guys.
On the bottom.
Yes, he is. He might take advantage of those two beating and banging on each other. Both the 12 and the 15, they drive cars in real life. They are getting after it. You're not missing much up front. Isaac Salas getting away from the field. Jordan LaFawn. Watch Cale Smith in that 115 machine. And Clay Christopherson in the 51 on lap 13 of 25. While we have a chance, we will let you. Let me see if I have my static cam. I do not. Disregard. Christopherson's looking underneath that 115, the CTM driver. Caden Berry now in P5, battling it out with Joseph Grandy into the inside wall. Grandy will fall back. Carter gets by. Billy Roberts gets by in the 99. So Grandy's running so low he got into the inside fence. Top 5 running the high side. Chris Cox, I saw the 515 slide in. He tried to slide up in front of Samuel Bachman, and he got it done. Bachman's going to return the favor. Bachman slid all the way into the wall.
Caution's out.
Back it down. Caution's out. Back it down. Back it down. So the 007 of Samuel Bachman throws a slider. Boy, he threw it big time. Let's take a look. I think Bachman is actually in the pits. There he is. He's getting underneath the 515 of Chris Cox. Chris Cox threw a slider in 1 and 2. Bachman on the inside. That's them right below you coming into turn number 3. You can see the track is super slick. Bachman goes in wide open. Slide job coming. He slides all the way out into the fence. And into the pits for Bachman.
It's going to be a challenge for Salas on this start to figure out what he wants to do. Is he going to stay on the bottom? Is he going to try to clear and get on the top? Or is he run a chance into getting slid up on? So,
yeah, and we should be single file here, so he'll have his choice. Oh, Sal's starting to flash a little bit. If we don't get the one to go next time by, I think, are the lights on the pace truck? Can't tell. Let's go on board. They are off. We are going green. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to Isaac Salas. Salas, LaFawn, Smith, Christopherson, Berry, your top 5. Salas going to hold them down low. Good restart by the 5. He'll stay up high as Jordan LaFawn dives it down in. Can't quite get the bottom to work. Caden Berry dove down low. He can't get by the 51. Now Cale Smith decides to go down low.
Yep,
Looks like that bottom is super slick.
Bottom is super slick, but there's a long way around that top too. So if somebody can work it right, they can make some speed.
That battle is for the final podium position between the 115 and now the 51 of Clay Christopherson. Berry and Carter behind these two. Carter able to get by the youngster in the 12 car. 51 car of Christopherson down low. Cale Smith up high. Cale Smith will hold on to the position. The 51 throws it down low one more time. Go on board. You can see the 115 get a great run off that top side on lap 19 of 25. You can hear him working the throttle. We see his hands busy inside the cockpit. Up front, Isaac Salas setting sail. Jordan LaFawn in a comfortable second. Cale Smith, Clay Christopherson, Michael Carter, your top 5. Brian, these are some of the best right here getting it done.
Doubt about it, buddy. Some great competition in Friday Night Lights.
Isaac Salas with a good lead, almost a second over Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car. Cale Smith in the 115. He's in P3. Lap 21 of 25. Clay Christopherson, Michael Carter, Caden Berry, Joseph Grandy in the 518. He's up as the caution. Randall Dixon. Back it down. Randall Dixon involved. Let's take a quick look. That is the 111. He's on the outside of Ingram. Oh, looks like something happened to Dean Reynolds. I wasn't even looking up there. Dean Reynolds battling it out with the 0-3. Those two close in on Kemper. Reynolds slides to the outside in the 79. Just goes on the outside. The 0-3 doesn't know he's there. Closes in on the front end of the 79. Contact with the 111. So, lap 21 of 25. We can tell that the high side is where the runners want to drive. Where would you go right now?
I'm going to have to stay on that high side. It's going to be really hard to make anything work on that bottom. It's very thin down there.
Let's take a look. Just heard the 79 car. Gonna have to take a look here. Like the 79 gets up into the 0-3 there. All right. Of all nights not to have race control. 0-3. 0-3, please fill out a protest form at the conclusion of the race, please. Isaac Salas will take us to the green flag. 10-4. Jordan LaFawn in P2 on lap 21 of 25. It'll be 22 when we go next time by. All right, drivers going green next time by. Lap 22 of 25 once we get there. Good luck. So I got Brandon Templeton on the hook. He said he would do some reviews for us of all tracks we're at Williams Grove. There might be a pile of them. We're about to find out next week. Isaac Salas, LaFawn, Smith, Christopherson, Carter, your top 5. 4 laps to go this time by. Isaac Salas, your top 4 on the high side. Caden Berry in the 12 car, the youngster out of New Hampshire. He's the first driver to drop to the bottom. He's got the 15 car of Michael Carter to his outside. Isaac Salas, Brian, has taken a very unique line off of turn 4. He's entering high and cutting down to the inside, which I've seen, just not here.
Yeah, it is very unique. He's getting a run off that top and just shooting down through there.
Yeah, Cale Smith actually copied that line last time by. Cale Smith, or Jordan LaFawn copied it. My apologies. Cale Smith is in the final podium position currently. Monkey see, monkey do. They didn't do it that time. Another great run by Isaac Salas. Running high to low with 1 to go. Jordan LaFawn, Cale Smith, are your podium drivers at the moment. Barry falls back to P5. Isaac Salas with 2 more corners to navigate. The Jordan LaFond sends it in down low. The 11 car coming to the line. Salas, LaFond, Smith. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. Forgot to announce our Tight Lines Apparel Quick Time Award for tonight. Yeah, 10-4. All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews. So, good finish. Got a little bit of drama there in the end. Let's see if we can get Cale Smith into the booth. There's Isaac. There's Jordan LaFond waiting on the 115 of Cale Smith. See if we can get Cale into the booth here before we head off to the Pro Late Models. There's Cale. 115 of Cale Smith. He starts third, finishes third. Cale, this is Joe. You got me?
It's Joe.
Man, it's a podium finish. It's kind of rough out there. Walk us through your night.
Yeah, it was all right. Not one of my good tracks. Just was hoping that high line would come in, and it did. Was trying to make a run on Isaac there. Kind of got into each other. That's what messed me up, but not too bad. Jordan was quick, and Clay was right behind me. Was trying to hold him off, and just trying to hang on to a podium there. Good race though.
Yeah, well, overall a decent race. Did you have anything for him if we went longer, or were you holding on at the end?
Maybe I don't know. I was maybe gonna try the low line on Jordan. I was kind of waiting to see what he was gonna do last lap, and I was hoping he'd go to the bottom and I could stick it up high there, and that's what happened. But he had enough to stay on the bottom there. So maybe if one of those guys would make mistakes as the track gets slicker, I'd maybe have something. Otherwise, probably just happy I got third.
Yeah, man, great run by CTM tonight. We gonna see you in the Pro Late Models?
Oh yeah, those are my cars. I'll be there.
All right, man. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
I just want to thank my team, CTM Motorsports, Travis Anderson, Michael Carter raced tonight. I think somebody got into him. Didn't have that great of a night, but I'm sure he'll be back in the pros. Redline Race Designs, thank you, Joe. Thanks to everybody out here.
Yeah, man, and thank you for your service in the Navy for sure.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, man. Jordan LaFond in the 11 car, driver out of Indiana. He moves up 4 from his start in that 11. New paint scheme. Jordan, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir. Joe, how are we?
Man, that was a great run by that 11 car. Did you have anything for the 5?
No, nothing at all. But I want to first off, I want to say sorry to Mike. It wasn't even anything like that. I've raced a lot with him. It was either parking on his nose or take Cale out. Before that caution came out, or as I was doing it, I thought Cale. I raced on a single monitor, 30-inch screen. It's hard to see to the right, and I thought Cale was a little closer than that until the caution flag came out for that big cabuckle, and I got to watching it right here on the stream. So I just want to apologize to Mike. It ain't like that. But we got some changes coming here in the future. I think that's why we had to do a little changing with the whole wrap. We went back to it's my brother's lawn care business, blasted on the side of this thing, and it's the only thing I got without a setup shop on it, I think. So that's what we decided to run tonight, Joe.
I like it, man. Congratulations on your podium. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
Lawn Crafters Lawn Care. Guys over at HSR. Justin Sick, uh, Robbie Henderson. Them guys are awesome. You for doing a little bit of everything tonight. You was throwing cautions. You was up there broadcasting. It was all Joe up there in the booth tonight. So appreciate everything he was doing, and Dean and them guys for also stepping in. It sounded like I heard Dean there a couple of times when the caution flag came out. And so just everybody stepping up, filling in for old Clayton there, and see you guys in the Pro Late Models.
Yeah, man. Good run.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Isaac Salas in the 5 car. He doesn't show up often, but when he does, he usually finishes at the front. Isaac, this is Joe. You got me?
Sir, I do.
Man, are we pumping oil or what are we doing?
Oh man, it was a tragedy getting here. I'll tell you what. I was expecting to get home, nice and early, practice a little bit, and I decided I just wanted to pump for like an hour later than I really wanted to. So I got here. I was like, well, let's get on.
For those of you who don't know, Isaac Salas is from North Dakota. He works out in the oil fields as a supervisor, and always like to talk to Isaac about that and all that he does for our country, getting that stuff out of the ground. Because my gas prices out here in California, brother, are still crazy high.
Yeah, I'm sorry, brother. This negative 60 out here is just not doing too well. we got things breaking left and right. It's not even funny.
Yeah, man, I'm sure. Walk us through your night. 5 car was quick. Brian Dickens is up in the booth with me tonight, and we noticed you're running a unique line off of turn 4 there. Had to mark that down in my notebook here, so don't be surprised if you see that move in the future. Great run by the 5, man. Walk us through your night.
Well, heck yeah. Well, it's good to know that you guys are gonna be copying my line here. So if I ever get behind you, I know what we're gonna be doing here. But yeah, man, I think the big thing was I knew that bottom was gonna be light gold in the beginning, so I knew it was gonna be a battle to stay up front on the bottom there, and it was fast for a little bit, but once the track kind of slickened up a little bit, I knew it was gonna go high, and honestly, that 3 and 4 line was just kind of me letting her slide in real deep and just kind of rotating it just by its own inertia. And by then, I just had just an extra, 50 feet long of a straightaway compared to the rest of the guys. I don't know.
Yeah, that line worked for sure, my brother. Congratulations on your win. Who do you want to thank on that ride for this victory?
Oh yeah, well we can do definitely big thank you to Dean and the Super Dirt Car Series, and then Magnum Race Designs for that beautiful wrap right there. All the guys over at Venom Racing, Got Your Six Racing Network. You know what's funny? I got some big TV time for that bad boy. I think on last Wednesday or something like that. Did Dirt Track Dirt Car Esports. And there's a big old picture with Got Your Six Racing Network right in the corner panel on Twitter. So heck yeah, our Trackside, Simtrax Broadcasting, Dirt Track Bank, Mission 22, and our veterans, and you for running the league, and broadcasting, I should say, and everything that you do, Joe. I know you do a tremendous amount, so I appreciate you. And then my friends and family for supporting this.
Yeah, man, make sure you meet. Now you're qualified for the $500 Dash for Cash in week 13, but you got to make sure you make 6 weeks at least. So that is your goal for now. I see the GY6 on board right next to the Venom, man. Greatly appreciated. We going to see you in the Pro Late Models?
Yes, sir. You're actually going to see me all night for once, so.
That'll work, man. Glad to hear it. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a quick break. When we come back, we will be with the Pro Late Models right here at Williams Grove. So we will be right back.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with 1 combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. We're going to cut that promo short. We are running a little bit late. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. We'll try to get the pro late models underway here momentarily. We do still have a few cars still out on the track. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, fellas, welcome to race number 2, the Sanders Racing Pro Late Models. Go over the rules real quick. We're running a little bit behind. We'll try to get caught up. If you do not show up for a photo or your interview and you're on a podium, you will get an EOL next week. Bring out 2 cautions in any race, be it a heat race or a feature. You will be DQ'd. Intentional contact is never acceptable. You will be suspended for sure. The length of the suspension depends on the severity of the intentional contact. Tonight, we do not have live admin support. Those of you that were in the first race, if somebody does you wrong, please go into Discord. There is a protest folder. Fill out a form. We will review those throughout the week, and we will impose penalties at the beginning of next week's race. No wall riding, call-outs. Since we don't have live admin, call-outs tonight are more focused on than ever. Please keep race comms to a minimum. Don't call out other drivers. Don't send out derogatory information. If we find out about it or we hear it on the broadcast, you will get a suspension for sure. Incidents count against your overall points. So if you get a 4 or a 2, it will subtract from the points that you get for that night. So keep your incident count down as low as possible. Once a caution comes out, the field is frozen. Let off of the throttle a couple weeks ago. We did better last week. A couple weeks ago, people just kept full throttle, barreled into other cars, ruined their car and other people's car under caution when their position was frozen. So caution comes out, off the throttle. We will get underway. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Now would be the time.
Actually, Lanier.
It is Lanier. Any other questions? All right, drivers, wish you the best of luck. Hi, Brian. We have advanced to qualifying. What are you looking for different out of the Pro late models than the 358 mods?
Honestly, the Pro Late model may be able to run on the bottom a little bit more, but it's going to be very similar.
A little more horsepower. Again, tonight, the Quick Time Award. We do hand out a Quick Time for the Fast Qualifier. $10 each week is brought to you by CTM Motorsports. CTM Motorsports gives up $10 a week for 12 weeks, and the winner of the Quick Time receives that $10. It is added up throughout the entire season and paid out in week 13. I'd like to thank CTM Motorsports for coming on board and sponsoring tonight's Pro Late Model Quick Time. A little bit more horsepower than the mods, I would think. Made me a little bit nervous when we put the Pro Late models into the show, Brian, that some of these guys would have a lot of problems. I've been proved wrong. Sometimes that extra horsepower is actually a benefit.
Yeah, it's actually a benefit here in these cars. I would say the limited late model here is a lot harder to maneuver than the Pro Late model.
Joseph Grant, yeah, for sure. Joseph Grandy at the top of the board in the 518. 2370 last time by. Billy Roberts P2. Dean Reynolds in the 79 is back with us. Cale Smith 2215 held it for a slight moment. Then Grant Wesley in the 88 took over the pole. Now Michael Carter, he takes over the pole from Grant Wesley. So these guys are getting after it at the front of the field. Justin Sick just put down a 23.92. That's good enough for ninth quick. Let's see if Sick can improve. We are riding along with the 015 car coming off at turn 4. Will his second lap be any better? 24:20. Randy Shreves is with us in the 56. Currently 15 quick for Randy Shreves. Jordan LaFawn in the 11 car. Coming off of turn 4, let's see how Jordan LaFawn times in. Fourth quick, 22:15 for Jordan LaFawn. Anthony Marfulio in the 238. He's currently 14th quick. Mark Gilbert in the 76 ride is with us. Coming off of turn 4. Must have hit the wall. No time for Gilbert. Caden Berry just wrapping up. He'll be 13th quick in the 12 car. Jason Haynes is with us. Michael Carter will take the CTM Quick Time Award. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please.
Michael Carter laid a lap down. He put a smack down on the field for sure.
Congratulations to Michael Carter for the CTM tonight's Quick Time Award. $10 added to your account, sir. Michael Carter, Jordan LaFawn on the front row. Isaac Salas, Justin Sick in row 2. Caden Berry, Michael Vitale in row number 3. James Inger, Randall Dixon in 4. Matthew Seymour round out your field of 9 drivers. All right, leader. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck.
Really good heat race lining up here. It's a really stout couple rows there.
Dixon and Seymour didn't take to the grid, so we are missing 2. It will be Michael Carter that takes us to the green flag. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll run a little bit behind. I'll do my best to get us caught up. Clayton Hack out in the audience on military duty tonight. Clayton, thank you for tuning in, my brother. Hopefully we see you next week. As we will go one more time by. Next time I need to shorten that up, I think, Brian. I think I'll give the one to go right at the beginning.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great idea.
Again, the Pro Late Models brought to you by Sanders Racing. I'd like to thank them for coming on board the first year as a divisional sponsor. Reed not able to run with us tonight, but hopefully he is back next week. Michael Carter, LaFawn, Salas, and Sick. Pretty stacked front 2 rows. Caden Berry and Vitali in row number 3. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to the 15 of Michael Carter. Green flag is out. We are underway 8 laps. Top 4 heading to the feature. Good restart by Carter. Will he slide up? Yes, he will. Slides up, gets in front of Jordan LaFawn. Isaac Salas in the 5 car. He's on the bottom side. Yikes, that was close. Coming off of turn 4. Salas now under attack. Sick trying to get by the 5 car. The 11 car looked like it pushed into the corner a little bit. Isaac Salas able to pass the... Oh! I have no idea what just happened. I saw the 5 car go over.
That was a chain reaction.
Let's see here. Far chase. The 5 car and the 11. They enter turn 3. Everything is okay. Net code between the 5 and the 11. Both of those cars go over. That will put Isaac Salas and Jordan LaFawn to the back. Well, maybe not LaFawn. Not sure. Salas will have to tow for sure.
That'll shake up the field a little bit.
Yes, it will.
That'll make some interesting racing later in the night as well.
Yeah, man. Quite a bit of net code drivers between the 11 and 5. Leader, let's tighten up to the pace truck just a little bit, sir. This restart is on you. We will get the 1 to go this time by. Isaac Salas still in the pits. That will put him considerably back in the feature, I would think.
Absolutely. He's going to have to work his way through there. That's going to be interesting.
There's the 5 car just coming out of the pits. He'll join the back of the field here. All right, Jordan LaFawn and Michael Carter still on the front row. Caden Berry moves up 1 with the absence of the 5 car. Good restart by Carter. Carter gets to the outside. Jordan LaFawn to his rear bumper. Carter gets some separation from the field. Caden Berry now under attack. The 213 of Vitali trying to get by the youngster. Vitali will clear the 12. Another caution comes out. This is not starting off how I wanted it to, that's for sure. 15 car dives down low. Michael Vitale in the 213. That's the white car. Just gets into the rear of the 15, spins around, and then you see the contact behind him. So 213 got in a little bit hot. We will write that down. They only get 2 cautions, and they are DQ'd in any given race. We're only on lap 4 of 8. All right, drivers, we're only at 4 of 8. Let's settle in, fellas. Get some green laps in. Good luck. I don't know why I didn't give the 1 to go. Got too much stuff going on here. We will go green next time by. Well, Brian, thanks for joining me in the booth. Man, we talked about this for a long time. Glad you decided to join me. Sit through the night, give a driver's perspective on what the heck's going on out there.
Absolutely.
Michael Carter, Jordan LaFawn, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're good.
Caden Berry now on the inside of Michael Vitale.
Carter's going to clear him and sweep up to the top going into turn 1.
As advertised, 15 car to the outside. He dives to the bottom. He blocks the bottom. Jordan LaFawn in P2. Caden Berry now up to P3. Isaac Salas in P4. Salas with the 213 to his outside. Berry running that bottom. Could not get any lower than that. Oh, Vitale off the nose of the 5. There's the 213 coming off of turn 4. 5 just drifts up, gets into the 213.
Joe, I think we might have a few tempers flaring by the end of the night.
Yeah, we kind of had that at the end of the 358 modifieds. I think that's going to intensify, unfortunately.
Yeah, Williams Grove is really good for that.
Michael Carter, LaFawn Berry, your top 3. Isaac Salas is in the top 4. Those are your transfer drivers. Salas and Justin Sick are about to go at it. That is the 5 and the 015. Going green next time by. Good luck. We may be single file. I'm surprised that we got to single file restart in a heat race in 8 laps, but here we are nonetheless.
We don't see that very often.
Michael Carter, Jordan LaFawn, Berry, Salas, Sick, your top 5. Kind of an accordion effect back there. 15 car with a good start. Jordan LaFawn up to P2. Caden Berry in P3. Berry's got the 5 car of Isaac Salas and the 15 of Justin Sick behind him. Michael Vitale with a severely damaged car, still wheeling the 213 out there. Isaac Salas in the final transfer position. Justin Sick is the first car on the outside looking in. Carter running the middle. Coming to the white flag, the 15. 4 corners to navigate. 15 down low in 1 and 2. Good exit off of 2. Everybody following the leader here. Opening up a big lead, over a second gap between himself and second place Jordan LaFawn. 15 car to the flag. It will be Carter LaFawn, Barry Salas. Boy, Barry put a move on 4P2. It doesn't get much closer than that. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Grant Wesley, Joseph Grandy on the front row. Butch Baker, Chris Cox in row 2. Anthony Marvulio, Jeffrey Kemper in 3. Jason Haynes, Luke Hines in row number 4. David Tormachi rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Top 4 heading directly to the feature. I think everyone's going to the feature. I'll have to look. Let's settle in. Get some green flag laps in. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. Still waiting on the 17 car of Luke Hines to grid.
I feel like it's going to shape up to a good race with Grandy and your pole sitter Wesley on the front row. Should be a good race here. You got some room on the bottom to run and the top.
Let's look at the points. Grant Wesley is actually your points leader. Chris Cox is second. Carter, Barry, Shreves are your top 5. Actually, Barry and Shreves are tied for 4th. Going green this time by. Finally remembered to shorten that caution a little bit. Hopefully this works, and it will. Pace truck is off. It will be Grant Wesley, driver out of Evansville, Indiana, on the front row. That will take us to the green flag. Coming off of turn 4, long crawl to the flag stand. Green flag is out. We are underway. He is side by side with Grandy at the line. Will the 88 have room to slide up? He will if he wants it, and he will slide up 3 wide. Butch Baker and the 181. Take a look. Butch Baker in the 97. He's got the car turned. 238 of Marvulio comes in. The 181 of Kemper comes down, gets into the side of the 97. Gets into that outside wall. Both those cars go around. Jason Haynes almost made it by. Looks like that's going to be on the 181. This restarts on the leader. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Going green next time by.
If Wesley can get this good jump again on the start.
Only on lap 3 of 8. Next week we are at Lanier, so a little bit of short track action.
Yeah.
Grant Wesley takes the green flag. Good restart. Chris Cox, he tries to get underneath the 88. Chris Cox, the driver out of Des Moines, Iowa, slides up. Doesn't make contact with Grandy. Currently, the 238 of Anthony Marvulio is in the 4th and final transfer position. Man, Brian, if these guys are thinking about taking it 3 wide on this narrow track, yikes.
Yeah, that can be pretty tough at Williams Grove.
Grant Wesley getting it done up front. Chris Cox slides up, contact with the 518 and the 515. Anthony Marvulio dives it down low. Now Jason Haynes, he wants that third or fourth and final transfer position. Currently held by the 238, the driver out of New Hampshire. Caution, Jeffrey Kemper crashes. Let's take a look. Oh, bad net code. The 181 just kind of shot around. That was bad net code between the 97 and the 181. Going green next time by. Caution breeds caution. All right, Brian, what's your preference? 305 sprint cars or pro late models here at the Grove?
Actually, Pro Late Models is probably one of my favorite cars to run, period, at Williams Grove, and Williams Grove is one of my favorites.
Good restart by the 88. Chris Cox in P2, Joseph Grandy in the 518 P3. Anthony Marvulio is currently in the final transfer position. Yeah, it's Butch Baker now in the 97. He thought about diving down underneath the 66. 66 covers that position. Grant Wesley with almost a second gap between himself and second place Chris Cox. Joseph Grandy spread out. Anthony Marvulio now. Top four kind of spread out. Haynes, Butch Baker, that is your top six. Jeffrey Kemper still in the fight, as is the driver out of Billings, Montana, David Tormachi in the 313 ride. Coming to one to go. Grant Wesley looks like he has a pretty good grasp on this one. He is your current points leader. Chris Cox in that 515 in P2. He is second in points. Wesley gets off of turn two. Two more corners to navigate for a feature win. Yes, he keeps that 88 down low coming off of turn four. It will be Grant Wesley, Chris Cox, Grandy, Marvulio, your top four.
Grant Wesley made it look easy.
Yeah, he got it done that time. Heat three to the grid. Heat three to the grid, please. Cale Smith, Billy Roberts on the front row. Dean Reynolds, Clay Christopherson in row two. Donald Ingram, Randy Shreves in three. Mark Gilbert and Samuel Bachman round out your field of 8 drivers. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck.
Cale Smith's going to be hard to beat from the pole in this heat.
Going green next time by. Green flag is out. We're underway. Billy Roberts and Cale Smith on the front row. Cale Smith will dive it down. Roberts looks like he had a strong run on the top side. Will the 99 be able to hold on? They make contact going into turn number 3. Oh, Dean Reynolds goes around. You can see the top 2. Billy Roberts gets a little bit sideways. Clay Christopherson, that corner is bad neck code. He was nowhere near the 79, as you can see on the replay. And it sends the 79 around. Once again, bad neck code in the middle of 3 and 4 between the 51 and the 79.
So you got some spoiler damage on Cale Smith's car. Robert's car is clean. Spoilers on these cars make a huge difference. So if they get beat up, the handling of the car really drastically changes. So we'll see how that affects him.
Yes, we will. Going green this time by. Going green. Saw the 15. He kind of swerved to the outside, Brian, at the entrance of turn 3. I've seen some drivers do that, but the 99 was to his outside, so that did not play out well. Donald Ingram in the 10 car. He moves up to P2. He's able to get in front of Billy Roberts in the 99. 76 sends it in there, getting loose. Cale Smith able to hold on to the lead. Donald Ingram, driver out of Georgia, also a Navy veteran. Like to thank him for his service. On lap 3 of 8, Billy Roberts is fighting back underneath the 10 car. Let's go on the right front of Billy Roberts and take a look as he dives down. That is the 10 car. You can see Ingram slides way high. Billy Roberts tries to close in. Yikes, that's close. Billy Roberts battling it out with the 10 car as Cale Smith is driving away from the field. Clay Christopherson in the 51. He is the final transfer driver to the feature with Mark Gilbert in the 76 behind him. Dean Reynolds has recovered. He's battling it out back there with Randy Shreves. Good run by that 76 of Mark Gilbert. He's up 2 from his starting position. Ingram running way high. Billy Roberts trying that middle line on lap 6 of 8. Roberts running a slider line into 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is where that 10 car gets super high. Now he keeps it down low this time by, of course. Running a similar line as Cale Smith. Bent spoiler and all, he's opening up a lead. Clay Christopherson is in the final transfer position. We will get the 1 to go this time by. Cale Smith coming off of turn 4. He'll take the white flag. Cale Smith, Ingram, Roberts, Christopherson. 76 car of Mark Gilbert. Let's go on board real quick as he tries to reel in that final transfer position. Couldn't get it done that time by up front. Cale Smith coming off at turn 4. Another win for the CTM gang. Ingram, Billy Roberts, Clay Christopherson are your top 4. B-main to the grid. B-main to the grid, please. Trying to look, I think we got 12 that are going to transfer. 10 laps, 12 to the feature. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 10 laps to get it done.
So, who is supposed to be in the second position?
That's Jason Haynes, but there he
Oh,
is.
There he goes.
2, 3, 4.
I was thinking there for a minute that 313 was going to get to come
We're
forward.
missing the 111, the 007, Matthew Seymour, and Luke Hines. All right, looks like 10 drivers took the grid. 10 drivers will transfer. So, fellas, you are racing for starting position in the feature. Again, the initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Leader, 1.5 car length from the pace truck. Please tighten it up just a little bit. Going green this time by if I can get the pace truck to do it. Pace truck is off. We are going green this time by. 10 laps. Racing for starting position for the feature. Justin Sick on the front row. Jason Haynes to his outside. 76 car of Mark Gilbert had a great run last race. He will begin on the inside of row number 2. Looks like that 76 car is just getting super loose. As Sick pulls away from the field, Haynes gets into somebody back there. James Ingram in the 40 car sends a slider in there. Up front, Justin Sick, Michael Vitale, Mark Gilbert, Butch Baker, your top 4. Jeff Kemper is in the top 5, followed by Randy Shreves, Dean Reynolds.
Martell taking a semi-slider line, but looks like it's working pretty good for him.
Yeah, he is. 213 car into 3, slides up wide. Yeah, that's a different lane. Kind of slides it in, but he stays right above the slick there. Justin Sick, Michael Vitale, Gilbert, Butch Baker, Jeffrey Kemper in the 181, Randy Shreves in the 56, Dean Reynolds in the 79, Jason Haynes in the 66, David Tormachi in the 313, and James Ingram in the 40. That is your field of 10 drivers.
Martell is using the Salas line to his advantage a little bit there.
Yeah, maybe he's listening to the broadcast. They all keep it up high last time by. I don't see anybody running down low, Brian. Do you?
Probably not going to see the low come back dominant until very late in the feature, in my opinion.
Lap 7 of 10. Justin Sick holding the lead, about a half second between himself and Vitale in the 213. Dean Reynolds in the 79. He's got the 66 putting pressure on. Jeffrey Kemper battling it out with Randy Shreves. We are nose to tail throughout the field. Vitale has caught the 15. We're on board with Michael Vitale as he pulls up to the rear bumper of the 015 of Justin Sick. Both those cars running a similar line. Vitale keeps it down lower. Sick slides all the way to the outside wall. Vitale, he's keeping it a little bit lower. Now Sick is running that same line that Salas was. 1 to go. Gilbert now putting some pressure on the 97, or 97's putting pressure on Gilbert. Here comes Butch Baker in the 97. Side by side in the backstretch. Baker will slide up. Crossover coming. Justin Sick will take the win. Vitaly, Gilbert, Baker. Good race to the end. Shreves, Kemper, Reynolds, Haynes, Tormachi, and James Ingram. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
When people hear Till Valhalla Project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom. Two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place our fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready for your 25-lap feature. Feature to the grid, please. Feature to the grid. Michael Carter, Grant Wesley on the front row. Cale Smith, Jordan LaFawn in row 2. Cox Ingram in 3. Caden Berry, Joseph Grandy in 4. Robert Salas in 5. Marvulio Christofferson in 6. 6. Sick and Vitaly in 7. Gilbert Baker in 8. Shreves, Kemper in 9. Reynolds, Haynes in row number 10. Tormachi, Ingram in 11. Dixon and Bachman in row number 12. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 25 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Michael Carter on the front row with the 88 car to his outside. Brian, who do you like here?
I'm going with Wesley on this one. He was looking really good in that heat race.
Yeah, You know, I think I'm going to have to take Jordan LaFawn in that 11 machine. He's on the outside of row number 2, so I think he'll go with the 88 initially, be able to get by, and then battle it out with the 88. I'm going with that 11 car. But it will be the 15 of Michael Carter that takes us to the green flag. I forgot to give the one a go. Going green next time by. Good luck. Tighten it up. 24 car field. So the field is, 22. Randall Dixon and Samuel Bachman did not grid. 25 laps. Your leader in the Pro Late Models, Wesley, Cox, Carter, and Barry are your top 4. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to the 15 of Michael Carter. Green flag is out. We are underway. Watch that 5 car coming from 10th. Carter will slide up in front of the 88. He's able to clear Wesley. We're going to go 3 wide. What will give here? Cale Smith dives it in deep. 115 goes around. Back it down. Back it down. Caution is out. I knew that wasn't going to work. So we were 3 wide. That's the 515 down low, the 115 in the middle, and the 11 up high. Coming into turn 3. Dives down and gets in the back of the 88. And that's where all of the carnage began. The 10 car makes contact. Caden Barry gets involved in some damage. So the 115 brings out the caution. .115 brought out the caution. Been waiting for Jordan's grandma to join us all night. Pete Fitzsimmons in the audience. Ma'am, welcome. It's good to see you once again tonight. Michael Carter, Grant Wesley on the front row still. Jordan LaFawn on the inside. Chris Cox on the outside now of row number 2. And I forgot to give the one to go once again. Going green next time by. Are you running the sprint cars tonight, Brian?
I was thinking about it.
We'll get some behind the wheel reporting. We'll have to mute you, I'm sure. Michael Carter will have the restart. Grant Wesley in P2. Carter was able to slide up in turn 2 at the beginning of the race. Let's see if he does the same and gets on that outside. Chris Cox took it 3 wide, so he wants a victory here. Good restart. Carter will keep it up high. Jordan LaFawn is down low. Caden Barry is down low. Jordan LaFawn pulls up alongside Chris Cox in that 515. I think the line that the 88 is running, it looks like that everyone gets a big run on him, Brian, right at the entrance of 3. Jordan LaFawn running the bottom side. Not sure what happened here. Let's take a look. Let's keep race comms to a minimum, please. Michael Carter still at the front of the field. Man, if you forget to give the one to go like I just did again, it takes forever to get around Williams Grove. Brian, I didn't know that until sitting up here watching this.
You don't realize it's sitting in that car, but yeah.
Almost as bad as USA, it seems.
Oh, yeah, not quite, but yeah.
Or
it's in
Bristol.
there. Yeah, no doubt.
All right, here we go. We are 2 wide, one last time, only on lap 3 of 25. Pace truck is off, as is the 15 car of Michael Carter. Grant Wesley will go with Carter. Carter goes down low. LaFawn goes down low. Will Grant Wesley get a run off the high side? He's able to close. Yes, he will. Side by side. Now Wesley running low in 3 and 4.
Awesome.
Cale Smith crashed, it says. Ten four. Cale Smith gets into the back of the 66. $115, that's 2 cautions for the night, sir. So the 115, that was his second caution for the night. So he is done in the pro late models. Hope to see him in the sprint cars. Michael Carter, Grant Wesley still at the front of the field. We are single file from here on out. We are only on lap 4 of 25.
Green flag, green flag.
Good restart. Caden Berry running that bottom side. Chris Cox, he thought about trying to get underneath the 11 car. Grant Wesley still running that bottom in 3 and 4. There's some tack right there at the exit. Good run by Wesley. He goes way high in 1 and 2. Gets a great run to the rear bumper. Will he be able to get it done this time by 88 on the bottom side? Hugging the inside fence. Carter into the outside wall. That may give the lead over to Grant Wesley. It will. Wesley at the line. Carter falls back to P2. Chris Cox moves up to P3. Now Jordan LaFawn in the 11 is going to battle it out with Caden Berry. Don't look now. The 5 car is up 4 from his start. Not quite in the top 5 yet, but he is not far from it, Brian.
Grant Wesley is really looking good out front. Attitude of that car looks great through the corner.
Grant Wesley with the lead over the 15 car. We saw Carter get up into the outside fence at the exit of turn 4. Wesley making the bottom in 3 and 4 work, the top in 1 and 2.
And a good launch off the 2 there.
Chris Cox. Now LaFawn's going to send it down in.
Michael Carter kind of copies Wesley's line there in 3 and 4. Goes to
Now
the bottom.
Carter's going to go down low. 40 car. Those are the leaders behind you, sir. 40 car. Those are the leaders behind you. Hold your line. Chris Cox up to P3, battling it out. As Wesley gets by lap traffic. Carter gets into the back of the 40. Let's take a look.
Oh, man.
That is unfortunate. I missed it. Let me try to get back there and see what happened. Carter ran right into the back. The 40 gets on that wall. Carter just can't check up and gets into the back of the 40 car. God, you gotta hate that. The 40 car held his line up high. Man, he got into that outside fence and Carter just could not check up.
Michael is disconnected for tonight.
Going green next time by. Everyone get caught up, please. On lap 12 of 25.
So look who we got sitting here in third spot.
I think LaFawn is supposed to be up there somewhere. There's the 11.
Yeah, Salas is showing in fifth.
You got Wesley, LaFawn, Cox, Salas. So Michael Carter disconnected from the server. Grant Wesley, Jordan LaFawn at the front of the field. We anticipated tempers tonight, Brian. I think if we had open mics, we would catch an earful.
Feel like you're right, Joe.
Caden Berry battling it out with Grandy in the 518. Grandy running way up high. Justin Sick, he's running that 015 down low. Those three running under a blanket.
Yeah, Sick's looking pretty quick there.
Looks like the top three all ran low in 3 and 4. Salas slider coming. Crossover from the 515 of Chris Cox. Down to the bottom. Everybody now, well, the top two running the bottom. The rest of them on the high side. Chris Cox and Isaac Salas running 3 and 4. Joseph Grandy in P5. Justin Sick in the 15 car is P6. Clay Christopherson in the 51. Barry falls back to 8th with his teammate Anthony Marfulio in that 238. Mark Gilbert and Donald Ingram battling it out. That's the 76 and the 10 car. So now we got a couple of different lines working. The 88 was up high in 1 and 2, and the 11 went down low. The same behind him. Chris Cox battling it out with Isaac Salas. They both stay. Oh, Grandy into the side of the 5. Salas able to drive away. Holy smokes.
Grandy definitely set it in there.
Boy. Is that what you call full send?
A full. 100%.
The 40 car once again. Here comes lap traffic. Let's see if they can. Oh, 40 goes down low. 40 car, those are the leaders, sir. Stay low. Grant Wesley, Jordan LaFawn battling it out at the front of the field on lap. Dean Reynolds involved. Let's take a look. 79 and the 181 battling it out. Oh, the 76 just gets around and collects Dean Reynolds. 76, that's your first caution, sir. Everyone get caught up. We're going to give the one to go this time by. So we will wait unless the iRacing does it on its own. Let's see here. One to go. Going green next time by, fellas. Going green next time by.
Going green, not going green.
Yes, we are. Going green. So, lap 19 of 25, we're getting down there. Pace truck should exit this time by. Wesley, LaFawn, Cox, Salas, Sick are your top 5. Pace truck is off. As is Grant Wesley. Good restart by Wesley. Looks like Sick was the first car to jump out of line. Thought better of it. Now LaFawn takes a look down low. Can't get it done. Wesley with the advantage on the high side. On lap 20 of 25. Wesley will go to the basement in 3 and 4. Jordan LaFawn closes in. Let's go on board with LaFawn. Went down low last time in 1 and 2. He'll stay down low this time. Working that tack down there. Jordan LaFawn into 3 and 4. Matching the 88. Pulls to the rear bumper. Coming off of turn 4. Lap 22 of 25 underway. Chris Cox in P3. Battling it out with Isaac Salas. Justin Sick in the 015 is in the battle. This is going to be a good finish, Brian. I think the race is going to be between 1 and 2 and the battle for the final podium position.
Shaping up to be a good one, as always, at the end of the race.
88 up high. Oh, 11 gets a good run off the bottom side that time. That bottom may be coming in.
Yep.
Two to go. Wesley, LaFawn, Cox, caution comes out.
Gonna be a green white checker.
It looks like the 15 of Justin Sick may have been involved. Oh, Salas makes contact with Cox. We're going to have to back that up and take a look at Chris Cox. See if we can get there. Chris Cox on the outside. Isaac Salas dives down low. Chris Cox gets into the outside wall again. Salas coming up as Cox was coming down. So mutual contact between those two. Green, white checkers. Going to give the one to go this time by.
Going to be an interesting restart here.
So, Wesley, LaFawn, Cox, Christopherson, Grandy, Marjulio. Don't know what happened to Isaac Salas, if he's still with us or not. I don't see him in the...
He disconnected.
He did disconnect. Going green. It will be Grant Wesley coming off of turn 4 with the restart. Chris Cox pulls up alongside Jordan LaFawn. LaFawn stays on that bottom side in 1 and 2, trying to make that work. Oh, Chris Cox took a peek on the inside. We are coming to 1 to go. And caution is going to come out. This will
boy.
be our second and final attempt at a green-white checker. 238. Anthony Marfulio involved. Just gets down low. Caden Berry closes in. Jeffrey Kemper slides in and makes contact. So the 181 into the 12 into the 238. Giving the one to go. Let's tighten it up. Going green next time by. I can't tell if this is our last chance, Brian, at a green-white checkered, or... Let's see.
2 of 2.
Yep, 2 of 2. Last chance at green-white checker finish. Good luck. We will finish this time. Grant Wesley, LaFawn Cox, Christopherson, Grandy, your top 5. Pace truck is off. Good start by Wesley. Puts a gap between himself and Jordan LaFawn.
The yellow flag is out.
Anthony Marfulio and the 213. Let's see what happens here. Will we finish under caution? I believe we will. Top 3 start finish line once you finish this last lap under pace. I've never had one that we didn't make the 2 green-white checkers, Brian. Fixing to find out how this works.
Yeah, I'm wondering myself. I don't think I've ever been in one like that.
No, it looks like we're going to go again. I guess we're going green one more time. Let's tighten it up. Going green next time by. Will they just get the checker? I'm showing lap 20. Well, it went back to 26 of 27, so. Wesley LaFawn Cox. Christopherson trying to close in on a podium in the 51. Joseph Grandy is back there. Caden Berry is back there in 6th place. Pace truck is off.
Green, green, green.
1 to go. Grant Wesley. If a caution comes out now, it doesn't matter. We're going to race to the end. Grant Wesley at the front of the field. Jordan LaFawn MP2. 11 car stays down low. Chris Cox went up high. They'll do the same in 3 and 4. Clay Christopherson trying to close in. Christopherson can't get it done. Wesley, LaFawn, Cox, your top 3. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. As there was a wad of cars at the start finish line. Saw some go by backwards, some sideways. The only thing I didn't see is one upside down. Waiting on the 88. No worries. Waiting for the cars to get lined up. We will not interview the top 3. You guys are good. I'll make that work. No interviews. The 305 sprint cars are up now. We're out of time. So see you in 305s. No interviews. Brian, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be ready to go.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen, and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back. And every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage, and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league, engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for your nightcap. Let's get all the drivers off the track. All drivers, clear the track, please. All drivers, clear the track, please. All drivers, clear the track, please. All drivers, clear the track. All right, fellas, welcome to A&J Custom Creation 305 Sprint Cars. Go over the rules. If you finish on the podium, you don't get a photo or an interview. You get an EOL next week. Bring out 2 cautions. In any race, you are DQ'd. Intentional contact will never be tolerated. You're looking at a suspension. The length of the suspension depends on the severity of the contact. Tonight, we do not have live admin. If somebody does you wrong throughout the race, go into our Discord. There's a folder that's called Protest. Please fill out a protest. We will review all 3 races throughout the week, and those penalties will be imposed next week. Call-outs are never acceptable, be it over race comms or message or wherever. Please, we ask that you calm down a little bit before you send out a message to another driver or any members of the league. If we find out about it, you are looking at a suspension. Incident points count against your overall points, so try to not make contact. And once the caution comes out, the field is froze. So please, off the throttle once the caution comes out. You're not going to improve your position. With that being said, any questions, comments, or concerns, now would be the time. Probably not. Do we really?
Yeah, there's only 20 minutes left.
Okay, what we'll do is let me open another session real quick. So let's jump out of this one. I'll create another session right now. Does that work for everybody?
Yep. Yep, we'll see you then, Joe.
As you heard, we are out of time, so we're going to have to run a new session. So let's get that set up super quick. As we do that, we will put you on a commercial break real quick.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with 1 combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool. We do some confined water skills. We'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore. It's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. We've seen 4 eagle rays at once. Just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, from being, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I've gone snorkeling a few times, or I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have zero experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have opened up a new server. Let's see how this works. All right, fellas, getting ready to advance to the Chatham Motorsports Quick Time Qualifying. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Now would be the time. None heard. Good luck. So there you go. A little bit of excitement. My apologies. The previous 2 races ran a little bit long. Sean Stevens at the top of the board in the last session. We are getting ready again for the Chatham Motorsports 305 Quick Time Award. Andy Patton in the A&J Custom Creations number 87, the title sponsor of the 305 Sprint Car Division. Out on track, Derek P. is with us in the 14 at Raiders Ride. Sean Stevens, the YOB driver from down under, is with us once again. He's on a 2-time win streak going, trying to keep that up. Chris Miller in the 69 is with us from Miller Time Motorsports. Chris Cox in the 515 is back with us. Take a quick look at your points here. Sean Stevens at the top of the board. Matt Grimm in second. Caden Berry third. Chris Cox fourth. Donald Ingram. Those are your top 5 in the 305 Sprint Car Division. I don't see Grimm in the field tonight. Joseph Grandy at the top of the board in that 518. Sean Stevens, P2, 19.195 for Sean Stevens. Dean Reynolds just finishing up 10th quick. Clay Christopherson in the 51. He's 16th quick. The 313 of Torb Machi is in 19th quick. Brian Dickens in the 122. He's in the booth and he's in the cockpit. See how the 122, third quick on his first lap. $19,270 on his second lap, so third quick for Brian Dickens. Steve Miller in the 02 out on track. 17th quick on his first lap. Joseph Grandy at the top of the board. 17th quick for the 02, 19.615. Getting ready to go into our heat races here. Got about 35 seconds. I guess we can advance a little bit early here. Yeah, we'll wait the 20 seconds. If you're out there and you tuned in, greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're getting ready to get the show underway. Sean Stevens, as you heard previously, has a two-race win streak going. And he had 2 poles. Joseph Grandy at the top of the board in this one. Joseph Grandy will get the the Chatham Motorsports Quick Time Award. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Congratulations, Joseph Grandy, with the Chatham Motorsports Quick Time Award. $10 to your account, sir, payable in week 13. Joseph Grandy, Brian Dickens on the front row. Barry Hines in row 2. Ingram Reynolds in 3. Kemper Vitali in 4. Steve Miller, Brandon Wright in row number 5. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the place truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. The initial start is on green. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Thanks for sticking with us. I know it's getting probably late on the East Coast. We're pushing 9:30 back on the East Coast. Joseph Grandy will take us to the green flag in that 518 with Brian Dickens to his outside. Brian, you with me? Let's pull Brian Dickens into the broadcast. Brian, you with me?
I'm with you.
How's the track?
Track's good. It's going to be tough to beat the bottom right now, but we'll see what we can do.
Right on. That is the 122. Brian Dickens on the front row. Getting ready to go green this time by Caden Berry in the 12 car. He's on the inside of row number 2, the youngster out of New Hampshire. That bottom side, as you heard, is going to be the place to be early. Pace truck has exited. 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. as they come off of turn 4, looking for the green flag.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. We are underway. Dickens on the outside, Grandy on the inside. Caden Berry's on the rear tail tank of that 518. Brian Dickens tries to close in on the outside of the 12 car. Dickens will get down low as we have contact in the back of the field. Those cars will get going, so no caution. Grandy, Berry, Dickens, and Jason Haynes are your top 4. Dean Reynolds is the first car on the outside looking in on lap 2 of 8. Reynolds with his hands full of the 10 car. That's Donald Ingram. Brandon Wright and Steve Miller were the 2 cars that got turned around in the turn 3 and 4. Both of those cars joined the race once again. Grandy up front. Barry not letting that 518 get far from his front bumper. Let's go on the rear end of your leader. That's a look back at that 12 car and Brian Dickens in the 122 on lap 4 of 8 coming into turn 3. Grandy able to hold off Barry. Barry, Dickens, Jason Haynes are your top 4. Dean Reynolds gets by the 10 car, so move Dean Reynolds up to P5. Dean Reynolds with the Mission 22 on board. Love the paint scheme, Mr. Reynolds. Coming to 2 to go, this time by. Everyone running a similar line. Grandy able to hold off Barry. Dickens now takes a peek down low under the youngster. He tried to send the 122 down low with 1 to go. Barry goes down low. He's looking underneath Grandy. Couldn't quite get a run off the bottom of turn 2. Will he do it again? Yes, he will. He's going down low. Pulls up to the back of the 518 at the line. Grandy, Barry, Dickens, Hines, Reynolds, your top 5. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Sean Stevens, Andy Patton on the front row. Shreves Cox in row 2. Derek P., Anthony Marfulio in 3. Chris Miller, Mark Gilbert in 4. Clay Christopherson, David Torbachi in row number 5. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. We are going green, this time by. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Let's tighten it up. We are going green this time by. Tighten it up in the back, please. Tighten it up in the back. Pace truck should exit. We're trying to speed up the pace here a little bit. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to Sean Stevens from Tasmania. Coming off of turn 4, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. We are underway. Good restart by, or good start by Sean Stevens. Andy Patton, Chris Cox. Patton running the high side. Chris Cox running low. Contact made. As the caution comes out, we had an incident in the backstretch here. Keep race comms clean, please. Keep race comms clear. Looks like the 69 gets out in the 76. Then the 14 gets into the 238. And the 313 gets involved. So multiple accidents in the back of the field. Don't know who that is in the pits. We will let the caution ride out, fellas. Those of you in the pits, hopefully you get your quick repair and back on the track. Chris, how long you got left on pit road? How long you got? Yeah, 10-4. All right, leader 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. This restart is on the leader. Good luck. So, Sean Stevens, Andy Patton, Randy Shreves, Chris Cox, Derek P., your top 5. It will be Sean Stevens with Andy Patton to his rear tail tank. Your leader has gone. Sean Stevens, good restart. Andy Patton, P2. Randy Shreves up to P3. The 51 and the 76 side by side. Sean Stevens opening up quite a bit of lead between himself and Andy Patton in the 87. Randy Shreves in that 56. Stevens running the low line in 1 and 2. Able to put a gap between himself. Almost a second lead already over Andy Patton in the 87 on lap 3 of 8. Slider line out of turn 4. Comes the driver out of Tasmania, the 26 of Sean Stevens. Andy Patton P2, Randy Shreves P3, Chris Cox P4. Derek P off the pace a bit. 51 car of Clay Christopherson trying to get up there in battle. Anthony Marfulio in P7. Andy Patton, he closed up there. I don't know what happened to Stevens. Andy Patton going down low. Stevens going to run the slider line once again, as is Patton. Both drivers go down low this time by on lap 6 of 8. Randy Shreves now under attack from the 515 of Chris Cox. Stevens already has a second and almost a half. Comfortable second. Shreves comfortable third. Chris Cox comfortable fourth. Clay Christopherson now putting a move on the 14. They're going to be side by side with 1 to go. Wyobe team 26 car of Sean Stevens coming off of turn number 4 one more time. Heading towards the flag stand. Stevens with the lead over Andy Patton, P2, Shreves 3, Cox 4, Derek P, P5, Clay Christopherson, P6, Anthony Marfulio, and David Tormachi rounds out your field. 3 minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back. Jason Haynes at the top of the board, 19.862. Randy Shrees P2, Caden Berry 3, Sean Stevens 4, Brian Dickens 5. Getting ready for our 30-lap feature. We will get it underway here momentarily. Feature to the grid, please. Grandy Stevens on the front row, Barry Patton in row 2, Dickens Shreves in 3. Haynes, Cox in 4, Reynolds, Derek P in 5, Ingram, Christopherson 6, Vitali Marfulio in 7, Kemper, Tormachi in 8, Wright, Gilbert in 9, Miller and Miller in row number 10. All right, leader 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Initial start is on green. We are going green this time by. 30 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Again, going green this time by. Let's tighten it up. Tighten it up in the back, please. Joseph Grandy on the front row with Sean Stevens to his outside. This will be interesting. Stevens has been unstoppable so far in Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights A&J Custom Creations 305 sprint cars. Grandy on the inside, Stevens on the outside. Good restart. Grandy will go down low. He loses all momentum off the bottom. Andy Patton gets by. Sean Stevens to the lead. Patton in P2. The 515 into the outside wall. Caden Berry in P3. Brian Dickens in the 122 in P4. Does anybody have anything for the 26 car? Brian Dickens in the 122. He's currently in P4. Grandy, your pole sitter, falls back to P5. Andy Patton down low. Sean Stevens up high. 87 doing all he can do. Caden Berry currently running in P3. Grandy with the run on Dickens. Give Grandy P4. Yes, he will. Crossover coming from Dickens. Not so fast. Caden Berry now pulls even with the 87 car. The youngster out of New Hampshire running the high side. He gets a great run out to put Caden Berry in P2. Back it down, back it down. Donald Ingram involved. Let's take a quick look. All by himself here, so I suspect. Tries to get into the pits. That will bring out the caution. All right, same deal. Leader, catch up to the pace truck. Half car length between yourself and 1 to 1.5 car length between yourself and the pace truck. Everybody else, half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Tighten it up. We're going to give the 1 to go this time by. Tighten it up, tighten it up, tighten it up. (10-4). We will not go green next time by. We'll wait for the 10 car. How long you got, Jesse? (10-4). You should be able to catch up. We are not clearing black flag, so please do not speed in the pits. Did someone get a black flag? You're good, Clay. Going green next time by.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
We are going green. Let's tighten it up. Tighten it up. Let's go. Everyone get a line. Let's tighten it up. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to Sean Stevens. The youngster out of New Hampshire needed that. Pulls him back up to the 26. Great restart by Sean Stevens. Caden Berry all the way out to the outside wall, getting a good run off of turn 2. 87 car of Andy Patton pulls up to P3. Patton will dive down to the bottom in 3 and 4. Again, Berry with the good run off the top side. Grandy is following along the 12 car on the high side. Looks like the high side is the place to be, although your leader is running the bottom in 1 and 2. Berry into the outside wall. Joseph Grandy in P3. Andy Patton still banging on that bottom side, trying to get it to work. Brian Dickens up to P4. Andy Patton, Randy Shreves into 56. Dickens into the outside wall. Berry not letting that 26 car get far from his front bumper. On board with the youngster. You can hear him hit that outside wall. Closes in on the tail end of that 26 machine. Back it down. Caution is out. Looks like Brian Dickens and Andy Patton involved. Dickens into the outside wall, comes down, gets into the 87. On lap 9 of 30, I'm not sure, Clay Christopherson. How long you got in the pits, Clay? Ten four. All right, fellas, going to give the one to go this time by. Let's get some green flag laps in. Sean Stevens, Caden Berry, Grandy, Haynes, Shreves. Let's see if anybody has anything for Sean Stevens. Again, he's on a 2 race. He has not lost this season in that 26 machine. As the pace truck exits, leaving the field to Sean Stevens in that 26 Wyobe ride. Sean Stevens gets a good restart, puts a gap between himself and Barry. Joseph Grandy in P3. Grandy's going to look underneath the 12 car. Barry with a good run off the top side is able to hold on to P2. Anthony Marvulio is coming into the picture in the 238. He's running the bottom as he does quite often. Slider line from the 518. Grandy will get by Barry. Barry returns the favor with a crossover. He'll run the slider line. It makes it work. Sean Stevens, while these guys are battling it out, he's pulling away at the front of the field. Anthony Marvulio, we saw the front end of the Mass Mafia Drivers 238 machine a few times. Trying to get underneath the 14 car. Derek P. in the 14 ride. Driver out of Placerville, California originally. Now he lives in Idaho. Is given a good ride tonight. He's up to P6. Anthony Marvulio falls back to P7. Sean Stevens, so far the class of the field, has opened up over a 2.5 lead over Caden Berry in the 12th. Berry battling it out with Grandy. Grandy on the bottom side. Berry up high. Grandy with the decent run. Berry with the preferred line on the high side. Jason Haynes back there. Berry again with a good run off the top side. Joseph Grandy just cannot get the run off the bottom. Berry takes it down low this time. He's going to run the middle. Dean Reynolds in the 79 still battling it out. Chris Miller in the 69 is back in P9. Brandon Wright in the 22 machine. Jeff Kemper, driver out of Oregon, in the 181. He's in P11. Chris Cox in the 515. Jeff Kemper in the 181. Donald Ingram in the 10 machine. Steve Miller in the 02, running back in 14th position. Up front, Sean Stevens now with 1.5 second lead over second place Caden Berry. Let's take a look this time by 2019 for Stevens, 2014 for Berry. So Berry closing in ever so slightly. Is that the 26 car running a safe line? Let's look this time by 2035 to a 2049. So Stevens quicker that time by. Coming up on lap traffic, that is the 0-2 of Steve Miller. On lap 20 of 30, we are getting down there now. A lot of green flag racing. Caden Berry battling it out. Grandy now under attack from the 66. Grandy will dive it down low. Good run off the top side by Jason Haynes. Caden Berry holding down P2. Haynes now moves up to P3. Let's check at the line. 77 for Stevens, 92 for Caden Berry. So Stevens increasing his lead. Hitting his marks every time. Let's go on board with the driver of the 26 machine. Oh, he went down low that time. He's going to come off the low side up 3 and 4. On lap 24 of 30. Sean Stevens has changed. He's running the bottom. And it's working. 77 last time by to Berry's 92. So he's increasing his lead on that bottom side.
Caution, yellow flag.
Back it down. Caution is out. The 14 of Derek P. involved. He goes by the lap traffic of Steve Miller. Miller slides up. Derek. Yikes, just makes contact. Sending the 14 around, collecting Anthony Marfulio. Unfortunate. Let's see who is in the pits. Anthony Marvulio will get repairs. Where is Derek? Did he stay out on track? Yes, he did in that 14 machine. Sean Stevens did not need a caution to bring Caden Berry to his rear tail tank. Now Jason Haynes is up there with 6 laps to go. We will get the one to go this time by Stevens, Berry, Haynes, Grandy, Shreves, your top 5. Dean Reynolds with a good run. He's up to P6. Does anybody have anything for the 26? Is he going to go 3 for 3 at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights? Pace truck is off. As is the 26 car of Sean Stevens.
Green flag, green flag.
Good restart by Stevens. Opens up a gap between himself and the 12 car of Caden Berry. The 66 car running the high side. Stevens with a great run off of 2. The throttle control hitting his marks every time. opens up a lead once again on lap 27 of 30. Looking for my, there we go. We'll go on board with Caden Berry as he moves back up to the outside. On lap 28 of 30, we're coming to 2 to go. Berry's going to send it up high, gets into the outside wall. Let's see who's quickest this time by. 77 for Stevens, 92 for Berry. Sean Stevens increasing his lead. Coming to 1 to go, coming off at turn 4. Caden Berry now with Jason Hines and Joseph Grandy in the picture. 1 to go. Stevens with a huge advantage. Grandy in the 518 is going to dive it down low. Caden Berry in P2. It will be Sean Stevens at the line coming off of turn 4. The race is for the final podium. Joseph Grandy side by side. Stevens, Berry, Hines. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. Good race, fellas. We will get a word with your top 3 after this. Sean Stevens goes 3 for 3. As they try to get lined up here for their podium shot. I can make that work. Don't forget to go up for your interviews. We will get a word with your top 3 here momentarily. Great run by your top 3. Sean Stevens putting on a clinic at Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. 3 for 3. Let's get a word with Jason Hines. Jason moved up 4 positions from his start in that 66 machine. Jason, this is Joe. You got me? Jason, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you.
Hey, man, good run in the 66. You moved up 4 from your start, man. What was the secret?
Ripped the lip all night long. I was committed to the top, and I didn't leave it. And yeah, I like working the top at Wheels Grove. It's fun.
You think if we had more laps, you had anything for the 2 in front of you?
Well, that's the thing. Caden was kind of holding me up a little bit, but I seen how far Sean was ahead of us, and I didn't want to make any aggressive moves. I wanted to keep as many points as I could and not ruin anybody else's day. So,
yeah, I was kind of surprised. Sean Stevens dropped down to the inside the last probably 10 laps, and man, I was surprised at the results. We were reading the times as they were going by, and he was running a 77, Berry a 92, and you a 20:01. So the bottom side got hot there late in the race.
yeah, he was definitely faster down on the bottom. But at the same time, the top was where it was at for me, and I felt like if I could have made that track position a little bit earlier, I might have had something for him. But I'm happy with a 3rd place finish for sure.
Yeah, man. Who do you want to thank for your podium finish?
I got to thank Coulter at Red Line Race Designs, the boys at Miller Time. I see there's a few of them in here. I hope they had a good night. You for putting on the broadcast, and just all the guys for watching and supporting the series.
Yeah, man, we talked to the good folks from Miller Time, had a good conversation or message, I guess. Thank you for that recommendation. I will assume that's where that came from. And like you, I hope they had a great night, man. Great night. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, man.
Bye.
Caden Berry in the 12 car starts 3rd, moves up 1 to P2. Caden, this is Joe. You got me?
Yep.
Man, great run in the 12 machine. Walk us through your night.
So, the track was slick. I thought I would have had Sean at one point there off the second restart. I was all over him and just had a caution out of bad timing, but thought I would have had him there. Would have been pretty happy with the win there, but it's all good. Just good win to him.
Yeah, man, another podium for the 12 car. It looks like Sean found something down low, and we kind of, on the broadcast, we compared the two lines, and it looked like he was probably staying off the throttle. Probably a half second is all it took. He was able to hug that bottom where you swung out a little bit. Did you notice him getting lower in both corners about the last 10 laps?
Yeah, I did. I was gonna try that, but I just felt the grip on the outside. Thought I would have been something at the end, but it just wore off. And I started kind of getting to the bottom, but not as good as him. But just needed a little bit more throttle control there, and I would have maybe caught back up to him. But
yeah, man, if I had a podium finish in Friday Night Lights, I'd celebrate. This is kind of a common theme for you in the 12 car. When are we going to see your dad out here?
Maybe next week if the track's linear.
It is linear indeed, is where we're going to run next week. So, man, great run. Who do you want to thank for another podium finish?
I want to thank my sponsors, Turn Run Graphics, ZMAX, also Zeus Motorworks and stuff like that. Also want to thank the Berry family, the Marku family, and also want to thank the Ryder family and Cece out there for watching.
Yeah, man, another great night for the 12 car. Hope to see you next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Sean Stevens in the 26 machine for the first night in this season. Did not take home the quick time, but that did not stop the driver from Tasmania to go 3 for 3 in the 26 Wyobe ride. Sean, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, mate, I certainly do.
Man, that's how you get it done right there.
Yeah, no, she was tricky tonight. This track, it can be good and it can be bad at times, and I thought I had my qualifying lap down pat, but Joseph Grandy, he came out with a stellar time, beat me by, what was 4 or 5 tenths or something. So he put down a great lap. Well done to him. I just knew from then I had to win my heat race and, pretty much get a good start at the start of the feature, and which I did. And, I never looked back, I guess.
Yeah, man. So we got to talk about the bottom. I was talking to Caden Berry a little bit. We were comparing on the broadcast, the 26 and the 12, the different lines on the bottom. It looks like you were staying off the throttle about a half second longer. Berry was never able to hug the bottom. He kind of washed out in the middle where you kept that 26 down right on the bottom. And, man, you really made that work. Your last lap was a 77 to his 92. He was running the top. You were running the bottom, man. Is that common for you to run the bottom here at Williams Grove?
In a 305, yeah, it is. I've always run the bottom when it slicks off here at Williams Grove. That's where I seem to find my pace. When I hit the top, I felt like I was just losing speed, and they were doing a little bit of a slider line and gaining on me a bit. So, and I knew I was pulling away when I went low and stayed low and came out low. So, I just had to keep hitting me marks, be off the throttle early, and just slide in and then power out. That's just something you got to work with here at this track. But I mean, there are some good guys out there that hit the top at pace and can really rail it and build that speed and momentum up and rip around the top too. But yeah, for me, I like the bottom here at Williams Grove, and paid off tonight.
Yeah, man, you hit it every time perfect. Did not make a mistake. Another great run for the 26 and the Wyobe team, man. Who do you want to thank for your drive to victory lane?
Yeah, I'll give a massive shout out to CNC Race Designs, LCJ Carpentry, Catalysm Computers, Stingray Rock Tools Australia, Speed Factory, and everyone at Wyobe for everything that they do. Matt Grimm will be back next week, and yes, we'll hopefully pick up another one too.
Yeah, man, congratulations. It's already Saturday back in Tasmania, is it not?
It is New Year's Eve, and I'm about to go crack a beer and start having a few beers and celebrate.
Man, I wish you a happy new year, and thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely, mate. You have a good night.
You also. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There are the 305 Sprint Cars and week 3 of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Thank you all for tuning in. And until next time, I wish you all a very happy new year, and we'll see you next week.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources and opportunity right now.